Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Here's how to use hot corners on your Mac. So hot corners are a shortcut on your Mac that you use with your mouse or trackpad instead of the keyboard. The way to turn on hot corners is to go to System Settings and then look for Desktop and Dock on the left. Then scroll all the way to the bottom of the Desktop and Dock settings and click on Hot Corners. You're then given this special dialog here that has 4 different little menus, each one corresponding to the 4 corners of your screen. If you select a menu, you can choose the function that is performed when you move the pointer into that corner. So for instance, if you want your list of apps to appear when you move your pointer to that corner, select Apps like that. You can test this out then by moving the pointer to the top left corner, and you can see how this is the equivalent to clicking on Apps in the dock or using a keyboard shortcut to get to Apps. Or for instance, you could set up the corner to reveal the desktop. Then you move your pointer there and all the windows move to the side and you can see the contents of the desktop and access any files and folders you may have there. It's important to note that hot corners act like a toggle, so you can use them once to activate a function and then use them again and it will toggle this off. So the functions you have available are Activate Mission Control, so you can access your Spaces and full screen apps easily. Application Windows, also known as App Expose, so you can see all the windows of the current app and switch between apps using this. View the desktop. Bring up Notification Center on the right. Go to your apps list. Start the screensaver, so instead of waiting for it to reach the time when the screensaver would start automatically, it just starts when you jam the pointer into that corner. You could also disable screensaver. That works a little differently than the rest. You put the pointer in that corner and screensaver won't start as long as the pointer is there. You can also just go right into sleep mode by using a hot corner or instantly lock the screen rather than waiting for the screensaver to start or the amount of inactive time to be reached. This is particularly useful when your Mac is in a kind of a public place like in an office with cubicles or it's a MacBook and you want to be able to lock the screen quickly without really paying attention to specific menus or keyboard commands. You can just jam the pointer into that corner and see your screen lock. You could also choose this last option here which disables that hot corner. I've got other videos that go into detail about how to use these features like Mission Control, App Expose, and Notification Center. Typically, the bottom right hot corner is set to Quick Note, which will activate the Notes app's Quick Note function, allowing you to type into a note without even launching the Notes app. If you find these videos valuable, consider joining the more than 3,000 others that support MacMost through Patreon. You get exclusive content, course discounts, and more. You can read about it at MacMost.com/Patreon. Now if you like the idea of hot corners but find it's too easy to activate them, then you have the option of using a modifier key to make it harder to trigger them. So for instance, for the top left corner I could have it set to Apps, but if I hold down, say, the Command key, you could see the command symbol appear there. Now this hot corner will only activate if I'm also holding down the Command key. You can use Option, Control, and Shift or any combination of all 4 of those, and those keys would need to be held down for the hot corner to work. One thing to note about hot corners is they're a little more difficult to use if you have multiple displays. They will only work in the most extreme corner of all of the different screens you have. Whether you use hot corners is up to you. Some people love them and will assign things to all 4 corners. Other people just set them all to nothing and just don't use this feature. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. Want to know about every new MacMost video each week? Sign up for the absolutely free MacMost email newsletter at MacMost.com/newsletter.